Did you take your supplements today? Yes, Sammy. Good, good. I'm proud of you. Growing menopausal girls need their supplements, don't they? Yes, we do, Sam. Good. Okay, you know what might be fun? What's that, Sam? Maybe you tell everybody all the stuff that you take, and maybe that'll help them too. That's a nice idea, Sammy. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's go. They say you could tell a lot about a person by what's in their medicine cabinet. So today we're going to go through mine, and we'll talk through a couple supplements that might help you if you're perimenopausal, menopausal, or just trying to get healthy. Let's go. All right, let's take a quick tour of my medicine cabinet. All right, this is before we're going to take out all of these supplements and talk about each of them. Over here, we got our Flintstones, we got our contact solutions, spare toilet paper because you never know when you need it. Not a supplement, but something that's really good for you. 100 SPF, don't leave home without it. Multiple sizes, some moisturizers, big ass comb. That's a surprise tool we'll talk about a little later. So this guy here, Yeast Guard, is a homeopathic yeast infection treatment. And so are these guys here, boric acid suppositories. So you don't ingest these. These don't go in, they go up. So, fun story. Yeast infections are normal. Let's just get this out of the way. Some people get them more frequently than others. Others are blessed with immaculate flora in their gut and don't have to worry about these things. But sometimes if you take an antibiotic or you're just naturally prone to it, it doesn't mean you're dirty. It doesn't mean you don't wash down there. It just means that sometimes your pH is out of whack. Now, if you take an antibiotic at times, that can really throw things off and you wind up with. What's also not fun is if you're allergic to some of the more common over-the-counter treatments like Monostat 1, Monostat 3, because they have a high concentration of, I think the ingredient is called miconazole. And apparently, I found out the hard way that I'm allergic to it because I had a yeast infection once. Put the little egg-like suppository in there, shoot it up the cooter, and you're ready to roll and just go about your day or evening. So fortunately, it was late at night at home, and I'm sitting there. 20 minutes go by, and all of a sudden, I feel this burning sensation like somebody is napalming my nether regions. Like it was on fire. I have a really high pain threshold, but I'm sitting there going, fire in the hole. Oh my God. So run to the bathroom to flush everything out. It's still painful because it's still residual up there. So I had to look into natural means because I was on fire down there, in addition to a yeast infection, which is not exactly fun. It's a little itchy, it's a little burning, but it's not like having your lady cavern nuked. So over the next couple days, I also noticed that the skin on the interior of it was peeling, which is a whole other treat. So I was taking Greek yogurt, freezing it into little popsicle things and shoving it up there. Now, if you are going to go the natural route for treating a yeast infection with yogurt, eating yogurt is really good for a healthy gut flora. But if you're using a yogurt suppository, make sure it is plain Greek yogurt because sugar feeds yeast. So it'll be even worse if you use blueberry Greek yogurt in there and you shove it up your cooch. That's not going to be a good time either. So yeah, definitely go with plain Greek yogurt. But what I later found out, and is actually far more effective, are boric acid suppositories. These things are lifesavers. Yeah, it's going to be the same deal as if you're using a Monostat. You get a little gooey, it dissolves in there, and you get a little bit of gunk on your underwear, but it works and you're not going to have an allergic reaction. But just make sure you're not allergic to boric acid either. But as a reminder, while vitamins and supplements go in, these go up. You do not want to ingest these bad boys. I'm not shilling any brands of vitamins or anything, but this one is Boric Life. You could find them on Amazon. If you go to any drugstore, you could find them. But just wanted to throw that fun little story out there in case you too struggle with a beastie of a yeasty and are looking for alternative means to cure them if you have an allergy to some of the over-the-counter treatments for it. First up on the list is a multivitamin. A good multivitamin saves the day for everything. So these are a tried and true classic, Flintstones chewables. They're fruity, they taste good. I don't give a damn that I'm 45 and I still take Flintstones. Also, it's nice to know that Wilma isn't the only woman putting Fred in her mouth. Ayo! Okay, so next up on our list, we have potassium. This is brand agnostic. I'm not telling you to get any specific brand. Shop around, see what's cheap, see what's available. A word of caution, if you are buying vitamins on Amazon, double check the quality. Sometimes these things have been sitting around on a shelf for a while. One time I got a jar of, it was a 2-pack of B vitamins. I open one, one's fine. Then I open the other one, and there is not the normal black specks that you sometimes see on vitamins. It's just a little bit of oxidization, but there's black specks and things that smelled moldy in the actual bottle itself. I'm like, I gotta chuck this. So if you're not buying from a drugstore or a online vitamin apothecary or a specific brand, you really want to check that out. Whoever the distributor is may have more quality control over some big mass chain retailer that's keeping stuff stocked on the shelves. Anyway, sidebar. This is potassium. Again, brand agnostic. It's a good dose of potassium. What you're going to need this for is to avoid muscle cramping. If you don't hydrate properly, and you should, I highly recommend drinking anywhere from 2 to 3 liters of water per day. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, dude. Trust me, I notice a big difference when I eat healthier and drink a lot more water. Anyway, potassium is great because it helps avoid muscle cramping. So if you're working out, even if you're walking a lot, sometimes you'll get horrible cramps in your calves, in your legs, Charlie horses, nobody wants to deal with that. So potassium and keeping that regularly in your system is really going to help you out. Bananas are great too. If you want to make a smoothie, awesome. Have at it. So another one, omega-3s. These are a staple. For my vegan friends out there, I'm not entirely sure what a good substitute is. If you are vegan and you take a supplement that's a substitute for omega-3s, please drop that in the comments so other folks can have the same benefits without ingesting animal or fish-related products. Anyway, so I do omega-3 fish oil. So what this does, this helps with brain functionality. As you get older, brain fog is very real. And some days you're not entirely feeling it. You're a little, and this stuff helps keep the wheels turning smoothly. The other benefit of omega-3s is that it's very good for, especially fish oil, any sort of fish oil, even if you're eating like salmon or tuna once a week. Fish oils and omega-3s are really good for maintaining heart health, avoiding strokes, and just keeping everything flowing. So up next here, we have L-lysine. It's quite a helpful little supplement. So it's really good for helping you absorb calcium as you age and bone density starts to deteriorate and your bones can potentially become more porous. Making sure that you're able to absorb all the calcium you can get is a wonder. The other benefit of L-lysine is if you're prone to getting cold sores, and sometimes I used to get these horrifyingly huge cold sores and would wind up looking like a cross between Quasimodo and the Phantom of the Opera, where it would swell up really huge and would take forever to go away. And I realized that, wow, between talking about my yeast infections and herpes on my upper lip, I am just an absolute treat. Wow, don't you just want to hang out with me and wonder, what the fuck does this bitch do to get all these nasty things? Anyway, it's normal. It happens to everybody. We all deal with cold sores. But if you do have a cold sore, this is going to help minimize them and help them clear up a lot quicker. There's even a lysine product that you could put on your lip. Now, it's not going to cure it. Neither does that stuff that they say, I'm having a brain fart. Yeah, I take omega-3s for brain functionality. No, but having a brain fart here, I forget the name of the very expensive over-the-counter treatment for cold sores. Abreva. There we go. Abreva doesn't work. You're going to spend $25 for this teeny-weeny little tube that doesn't do jack shit to shrink that cold sore or minimize the pain. While the topical lysine treatment for a cold sore, it's not as expensive, but it also helps minimize the pain of a cold sore. But if you are prone to cold sores, lysine, that's going to be your buddy. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, okay. So this one is a specific one for the ladies. Yet another malady that I deal with is I have uterine fibroids. They're not painful. I know some people have awful fibroids that grow to the size of freaking lemons or oranges and actually have to have them surgically removed. I have a couple small ones on my uterus, and this guy, DIM, it stands for, holy cow, dinodilomethane. Anyway, dynamite, Jimmy Walker. Anyway, what DIM does is it helps regulate good estrogen from bad estrogen. So if you have fibroids, and also this is great for menopause too, and perimenopause, when you're dealing with all sorts of fun hormone surges that put you into a second puberty. So DIM regulates good estrogen from bad estrogen. It's the equivalent of taking about 20 pounds of cruciferous vegetables in one sitting. Now, there's a lot of health benefits to cruciferous vegetables. Nobody's really going to want to sit there and plow through eating 20, 25 pounds of broccoli and cauliflower every freaking day to get those benefits. And also, good God, your farts are going to smell like an abomination. I don't know about you, but even though I do like broccoli and cauliflower, even if it's steamed, if I have so much as one single broccoli floret, it smells like the hounds of hell have escaped my ass. It's just like a sulfur fiesta, and I'm farting my way through the entire day. It's disgusting. Anyway, so you don't have to eat a shit ton of broccoli, cauliflower, what have you. DIM is helpful so that you can reap the benefits of that without having to actually take all of that. So it distills all of those benefits of the compounds into this little supplement. I take this one once a day to regulate my uterine fibroids, and it helps sort out the good estrogen from the bad estrogen. So highly recommend. You can take this once a day or twice a day. My doctor actually recommended that. And while I am not shilling any particular brands, I will say that I do like the Designs for Health brand for this, and also for the B Supreme supplement, which is a active B complex. We'll get to that in a second. Another one here is vitamin D3. This is another brand that I like. It's called Integrative Therapies. I order directly from their websites for this and then for my DIM. Because I have fibroids, I don't like to fuck around, so I like to go with a reliable source. I don't want to go, oh, well, this is expired. This has been sitting on a shelf in a warehouse for God knows how long. I want to pay attention to the efficacy of it. You might want to look into a brand that you like and a brand that you trust. So these guys, vitamin D3, also good for calcium absorption and is going to help you get the benefits of any calcium that you take, whether it's from yogurt or any other products. Believe it or not, broccoli actually has a really high concentration of calcium in it. So, you know what? It's a trade-off. Maybe I should eat some more broccoli and stink up my house and get my calcium intake upped. These guys here are actually chocolate flavored, but don't get too excited. It's not like having an M&M and popping it in your mouth. It's more like a Necco wafer, or a little chalky, a little X-laxy. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, hey, I'm all about a good flavored chewable vitamin. It's chocolate flavored. It's not going to knock your socks off, but a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Anyway, Julie Andrews interlude aside. Let's get to a couple of the last ones here on my list. So we got Viviscal. Again, I am not shilling a product. You're probably thinking, does this bitch have a fucking infomercial? Anyway, so I do take Viviscal for hair growth. That's my hair, skin, and nail vitamin. I like these things. They were recommended by my dermatologist. So the thing with Viviscal is, again, like omega-3s, they're not vegan friendly because they are made from marine byproducts. If you do want a good hair vitamin that's trustworthy, from what I understand, Nutrafol is good. The thing with Viviscal is you take it twice a day. But for Nutrafol, I think they're much larger tablets, and you take them twice a day, but I think you have to take 4 of them. But I know those are vegan friendly if you're looking for a supplement that does the same thing, but without animal products. And the other one that I take, and this is good for, again, menopause, perimenopause, B Supreme. So what this is an active B complex. You don't have to get this brand. You can look up any single sort of active B complex, but you do want it to be an active B complex. B vitamins are great for overall health, for maintaining energy levels so you don't feel run down. Also, if you suffer from dry skin as you age, everything dries out and you get a little itchy. I had noticed that. So once I started taking these twice a day, I noticed a lot of that going away. I felt an improvement in my energy levels, and I also didn't feel like Tyrone Bigham scratching at myself 24/7. Some of the little tricks that I use for the supplements that I take twice a day. These guys over here, I just keep them in the medicine cabinet, as you saw earlier. Go in, pop a couple, you're good to go about your day. And I also take these two first in the morning, and then later in the day, right before dinner, I have them set up by my desk so I remember them. With supplements, as with anything, you have to be consistent. They say out of sight, out of mind. So I like to keep these in plain sight near my desk where it's a visual reminder for me that, hey, time to take your supplements and get on with your evening. So these are some of the various and sundries that I take to keep me relatively healthy, physically at least. I hope some of this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, want to kvetch about a yeast infection, I got you. So thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, that whole spiel. Leave a comment. If you have any recommendations, I would love to hear them. Please drop those in the comments too. But thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you around soon. Bye-bye.